All right, guys, and welcome to the trading wrap up for the 11th of December 2020. Before we get started, just some housekeeping type stuff. Uh, I just finished writing my exam for my chartered market technicians, and now that that's done, it has opened up some time for me. So I'm going to start accepting a few new mentoring clients. So if you're interested in that, just reach out to me in the email down below, and we'll talk about kind of what mentoring with me is all about and everything like that. As well, in that description, there's a link to save money on Trade Ideas, which is the platform that you see all throughout this, that I do my scanning and my back testing and all of that. So again, it's going to be a super short one this week because nothing triggered last week. So if you're new here, essentially what we do is we take Trade Ideas and its ability to back test, and I run some back tests to try to figure out what's working in every single market environment as it's unfolding. I say, okay, what's working now? I scan that down with my eye to try to come out a couple too long, too short ideas each and every week. So we rinse and repeat, and I show you the performance, which this week there's obviously none because nothing really happened. So we'll just quickly go through the SPY and what's going to happen for next week. Unfortunate that nothing triggered, but that's just the way of it. Just kind of makes an interesting thing. So one thing I will note just before we get into the market is Big C was the only one that got close, and you'll see it's actually on the list here for the reverse. I wanted it in this area, but the robot just didn't see the price action that I wanted intraday to happen. So that's why that one in particular didn't trigger. But let's just go into the SPY, and this kind of explains to me why nothing triggered. Let's actually go into time frame and let's hit weekly here just to give you a better understanding of what happened. So if we look at this weekly candle, which is going to close in 20 minutes, so it's probably going to look somewhat like this. You can see just a little spinning top, nothing at all interesting kind of happening here at all. So just the way of it, right? We just have this kind of little spinning top type of action. That just means, if you're not a candlestick nerd like I am, it just means that neither the bulls nor the bears put up a big fight in either type of direction, right? And you can see this on the intraday chart, right, where Monday, I think this was Monday, we opened up here. We went up a little bit and we went down a little bit, and then we're closing pretty much right near where we opened. So, if the market's not going to do anything, you hope that you're good enough to pick stocks that are going to do something. But this week I just wasn't, and that's just the way that she works. So for next week, what we're looking at on the long side here, we're looking at CRNC. Just a nice little bull flag, nice strong looking stock here with an 18% short float, coiling up right at highs like this. Next on the list for the long side is Shake Shack. Don't have any of these up here in Canada, I don't think, not where I live anyway, but same type of move, right? We're coiling right at highs here with about a 17% short float. So identical type of pictures. But different industries, it's important to note, right? As CRNC is a software publisher, and Shake Shack is obviously a restaurant. On the short side, we're looking at Big C, which is actually what we had on the long side, which was the closest one that triggered, or closest one to trigger last week. But you can see it I was looking for it to break out of this base and continue higher. And you can see it struggled there 3 times, almost getting us in, but not quite, and then reversing lower. So it's right at this doji kind of inflection point right here. I think maybe if we break this area, we could get a kind of a short push into lows, and then through that possibly continue. Last but not least, on the short side is BIIB. Theory here is we gap down, we came back up to try to test this gap down area, put in a high and failed, and then put in a lower high, and it looks like we might be rolling over again. And you can see kind of the synopsis of what's going on this week. something to try and something I'm focusing more and more on my trading is relative strength and weakness, right? And how we do is we take a look at that. We go into the SPY, SPY, and we take a little mental image of what this thing looks like right here over the last little bit. And you can see both CRNC is holding up a little better, and same with SHAC. And then obviously Big C and BIIB are looking a little bit weak. So we're kind of playing a little bit of relative strength, relative weakness here. Let's see how it goes for us. And once again, links are in the description for everything we talked about earlier with mentorship and to save yourself some bucks on trade ideas here if you want to give it a shot. So I'll talk to you guys soon.